What's going on, people? Welcome back to the JSTV. Back again. It's the Real Tour podcast show, and I've got Paul with me, but I should have one or two more coming on soon, hopefully. And hi to you, Paul.
How's it going, mate? All good?
All good, all good. And just been quite a few years at the minute, which is good. So I'm happy about it. How's things with you?
Yeah, work's been ultra busy. Got some exams I've been invigilating, which is exhilarating work, but it is what it is. It comes with a job.
It sure does. It sure does. Guys, if you like what you watch, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button as well. Super chats are open. The dollar sign bottom right hand corner. Like to become a member, it's just 99p. And Paul's going to cover me short for 5 minutes soon because I've got a telephone call. So I will have to say that. Otherwise, I'll be letting the viewers down. Let's go on to two lads.
We say really quick, John, as well. A big thank you for the 7,000 followers. Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, mate. And I really appreciate that. You know what? You're part of it as well. Louise, Shelley, and also a few other fans as well helps me channel for all it is today, and I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And let's go on to I've done something to the chat as well. It's just playing up in a minute. So yeah, big up to Anfield on Garage. Do subscribe to his channel, by the way. He's a top lad. He really, really is. And thanks for putting a like on for me as well. Big up to Glassy as well. And this week we're all Newcastle fans. We are indeed. And let's keep Jim, because he's a big Scouser, by the way. He's a Liverpool fan as well. We got one here from Keep It Real Chelsea. Hi to you, mate. Big up to you. Big up to Lorraine. Big up to hi to you. Also, after Isak, they can get lost as well. That ain't going to happen anytime soon. We're going to chat about Isak as well. And also, Leslie, hi to Leslie. I hope you're great. And please like and share to your socials. Help this channel to grow as well. The first one we're going to talk about is Bruno G. And like all it is, a couple of days now, according to reports, that PSG wants him for around 100 million quid buyout clause. And not only that, I mean, if you believe what's reports in Spain, you got Real Madrid, and now Barca want him as well as a player exchange as well, which is true. A couple of outlets are out there. I don't know if it's going to happen, but for me personally, I would say I'm not just going to be legit. It was true, but Bruno is happy at this club, Paul. He really is. However, right, a lot of people are saying that we may have to get rid of him because of FFP. And for me, I'd rather keep the guy, but if we do sell him, it's going to be a massive, massive miss for me. I'd rather sell Longstaff. I'm going to talk about him tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, mate. If I keep hearing that word over and over again, FFP, my head will blow up. I'm so bored of that word. And like, it's just quoted every time we're linked with someone, especially us. It's bizarre. It's like Newcastle looking at this player, but FFP. Look, Newcastle this and that, but FFP. It's like, shut up, man. It's so shackling, this bloody thing to help out the people who earn more money and always will earn more money. You know what I mean? It would take like, I don't even know, 25 years to us to be even close to like what Man United and Chelsea get away with, just because of what FFP rules are. That's what just makes them so far ahead. This is always the problem with the transfer window. These stories always come out. PSG again. I've seen so many conflicting reports. Reports saying that he, blah blah blah, they're after him. Another report saying, I saw today, I think, or yesterday, saying that PSG can't even afford like the down payment, so that's absolutely nowhere. They've got no money. Barcelona have got no money, so I don't know where they're finding all that money. Apparently, Real Madrid, I guess, are the most like convincing one out of all those reports. But you look at their midfield already, and it's just like, I know they can trigger it, I guess. And that's up to Bruno really what he wants to do. But if I was him, it'd be like, well, am I going to get many games in that midfield? Am I the future of Real Madrid? Am I, he's just had a lad as well down in Newcastle. So there's other factors that come to it, not just football. There's your family as well. So, and like we said, he genuinely loves it down here. Like he really does. Absolutely, he's so passionate and part of the fans, and knows what it means to us. I think if it ever did happen, whether it's this summer or another summer, I think we wouldn't let him go until the summer, because I think that we need like a window to like replace missing that. But for me, and I heard Eddie say this as well, which is always comforting. We don't want to sell our best players. We're not in a habit of like just come and buy our best players. We're not a stepping stone club anymore. We want to be the club that people come up to. And we sold them a project, and it's one of those where, like I said, you can't stop someone triggering that clause. But I don't see many clubs in the whole of the world who are going to be willing to trigger it.
Yeah,
it's a big amount of money to trigger up for a player. I mean, I know people are probably going to say Casado, went for that much, and Enzo, you know what I mean? And I get your point with that, but I just think that, to take a player like Bruno, the club are going to be awkward, I think, as well. And like I say, on top of that, you've got his personal reasons for wanting to be here. So this is all hope. I mean, obviously, the problem is that if Real Madrid come in the summer and put the whole money down, and he says yes, we're stuck. We can't do anything about it unless we want to sign him to another contract and say you're not having a release clause. Then we don't have to do anything. But it's just one of those things, isn't it, where the release clause is in there and we can't do anything about it. But I can't see many clubs footing that bill, because I reckon, I don't know whether I'm not saying this is a report, but I wonder whether that the part of the release clause is like you have to pay the whole money up front. I'm just guessing. I don't know, but maybe there's a way around it. I saw something again. I've seen a conflicting report about it being 3 separate payments. I've seen another conflicting report saying it has to be all up front. Blah blah blah. This is the problem with this window, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not good, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But we're just vulnerable for a big fee as well from Bruno. But I don't want him to go at any time. But money talks at the end of the day, I'm afraid. But if Madrid comes in for you, then there's not a lot we can do about it, because no one don't turn around Madrid or the big hitters. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. Got one from Shane. Shane, you want to come on, mate? I left you a link earlier. If you want to come on, mate, the link is in your DMs. Just click on that. I'll bring you in, mate. That's up to you. Losing fringe players and saving wages has just as much impact on FFP, FSR without impacting the squad. Yeah, that's very true, man. Leslie, you're absolutely right. But you know what it is with Bruno, right? I mean, since he's come through, he's become a cult hero here at the minute and got his Champions League, finished bottom. And you know what? I could see this guy being the future Newcastle captain. He's only 26 years of age. But if you're going to sell him, then, like I said, it's going to be 100 mil. And that's all there is to it. But I don't particularly want him to go, because this guy, he's one of the best midfielders we've ever had, in my opinion, yeah? And I've been through a lot of them. And, yeah, like I said, money talks, unfortunately. I don't want him to go.
No, well, for me, arguably, I think he's one of the best midfielders in the world. I really do. Do you know what I mean? He's that good. Other teams can see how good he is. People target him. When there's tactics against Newcastle, what's the player they always mark most of the time? Is Bruno, because they know that he's our engine. He's the one that does all of the ticking in the midfield. That's what Sunderland got wrong, that they gave Bruno space and time. And look at what he did to them. He absolutely obliterated them. Other clubs have given that time as well. And so there will be clubs, like I said, I'm sure he's gathering interest because he's a great player. But like I said, my only thing that's making me a bit more comfortable is that I do wonder who can actually afford that big amount of money. Because, I mean, I know we can't say no, but I'd be shocked if he went to another Premier League club. I'd be really surprised. Yeah, I think I agree that he would only, if he's going to go, it probably would be someone like Real Madrid or something. But the thing is that our project is meant to be, I mean, I know I'm not saying tomorrow or next year, but the project is meant to be where we want to be, where Real Madrid are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's not, that should be something that's exciting for those players, because, that's what Amanda's, talked about. That's what Mirdad's reference to, the owner as well, saying that, they don't want to be number 2, they want to be number 1. And they're not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but their goal is to be up there, and they're going to try and be smart. Like, you've got the deals, the sponsorship and everything. So, with all of that behind it, it gives you more chance. And like we're saying, like, get rid of those fringe players. That does free up some wages, and you can be a bit more, tactile with your financial fair play. Ugh, that word. And then who knows? Because if the Super League does gather pace in the future, it would be interesting to see like how that responds to that, because they're going to know they're going to lose teams, and I wonder whether they'll be like, well, if you stay in the Premier League, we'll be less stringent. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like to try and stop people from going or something. Because that would be the reason why most of them want to break away, because I'm pretty sure in the Super League you can spend what the hell you want and who cares.
Yeah. I don't want to be in the Super League. No way. To say, just with Leslie's comments as well, I kind of agree there. But did not accept offers and Jonathan Bruno, no long staff either. Like Paul said, we're no longer selling club anymore. Yeah. And take 300k a week, you could offload everyone. That's a bit of an ask, but it's a tough ask as well. Let's just clap to Gary. Despite reports, remember Bruno's Sheffield United away amidst rumours, then I'm effing staying. I remember him chewing to the way end. He's done that against Sheffield United. He did the same thing against Sunderland. And you know what? This guy, you're going to have to believe in. He believes in our project. Simple as that. Hoping for you guys that Bruno doesn't go, but am I right in thinking you need to start being careful because FFP, we have to. And I tell you what, and also you're getting the sponsorship for Adidas as well. So we don't really need to sell because Adidas can help us out. Simple as that.
And Aston Villa are copying us now because they just follow the biggest club. Aston Villa went to a store with us. They've now gone to Adidas with us. They've bought the players we wanted in the window. It's actually funny. It's not even a joke now what Villa are doing.
No, exactly. Do you know what? They're just watching us every single move. Do you know what I mean? Because they know they can't get near the top six. Big up to Special Kel. I'm going to call her Special Kel because I speak to her on X and she's very, very interesting as well. Big up to you. I hope you're good. Bruno won't go to another Premier League club. It'll be Spain if any club can actually afford us and Gary B.
Yeah.
I think Madrid will eventually want him as well, and they mean probably in the summer. Affording Spain, I get what you mean, Gary. Thank you. His body language says he has no interest in leaving right now. I hope that is the case, and I believe in Bruno, and even Leslie agree. Timothy Werner has signed for Tottenham on loan. That is Timo. Big up, big up to Leslie. I hope you're having a good few days, and I hope you're okay.
That's a weird signing. It's bizarre. That.
You know what it is, right? He just can't score for Toffee. He can't even finish his dinner. Yeah, he's got pace. Weird. He's quick. He's skillful. But he just kind of finish at times. No, that missed score for Chelsea, man. Wow. Let's go on to Alan. Hi to Alan. I hope you're good, mate. I'll start with a phone call as well from one of our speakers for 5 minutes. Paul's going to cover in a bit. Hope Alan is good at his family too. It's Timo. Timothy Burner, man. Big up. Exactly. Big up to Isla Coffee. Isla Coffee, where have you been? We'll be looking for you. But I'm glad he's here. He's a great guy. He's a bit of a he loves to have jokes as well. He's a great guy. Love the bits, man. Alan Amigo. I like that. And got one from Gareth. Big up to Gareth. Big up to Kel. She's the real one. She's absolutely the real one. Cannot score for Toffee. Absolutely. We can't even finish a dinner after time. Let's be real. I liked him too, especially at 15 mil. You know what? It's wages as well. It's going to be absolutely astronomical as well. That'll be interesting. But there you go. Yeah, but with Bruno, look, it's joined us really for nearly for 2 seasons now, right? And you know what? Tim Vickery, South American football expert, gave him 7.5 out of 10 as a player. How many marks out of 10 would you give him, Paul?
10. 10 out of 10. I think he's ridiculous. He's so good. He really, like I said, I don't even mean it just because he plays for Newcastle. If he's playing for another Premier League club, I would still think he was one of the best midfielders in the world. Because when he's playing to his best, you can't get near him. It's unstoppable sometimes. Some of the passing, some of the things he sees and the balls he tries, it's just it's phenomenal. And this is a thing that we're still upgrading, that we have players who aren't his level. And that's the thing, that if a ball doesn't work out and someone goes like, oh, that's a poor ball from Bruno, sometimes it's not a poor ball, it's because they haven't seen it. You know, Miggy's been caught a few times. I'm not just slagging off Miggy, I'm just saying that Bruno's tried like a clever ball and it looks bad because it's gone out of play. But if Miggy would have made a run quicker, you know what I mean, it gets to an end of that ball. Same with Gordon. Again, I'm not just picking on Almiron. I've seen Gordon get caught out a few times by some of his clever passing. You know, he is really phenomenal. And he, like I said, when we think of signings that could define us as a club, I think you'd say Trippier and Bruno would be up there. And now, I mean, it's mad even saying this now, but you'd even have to argue that you can't not say Joe Linton now. Because, I mean, I know he was a joke when he got signed, but that's not his fault. And it was the fault of the club for getting told he was a number 9 when he never was. And now, you know, look at how good he's doing now.
Yeah, man. I'll let you cover 4, yeah? I'll let you cover.
Right, mate. John just on the phone to Alan Shearer, just calling him up, seeing if he wants to come and manage Newcastle next year. But yeah, that's my view on it with Bruno. I think he's so like he is. I think he's, you know, he's up there. Like, you know, he's you know, maybe he's a bit below De Bruyne, who's probably the best midfielder again on his day. You know, De Bruyne is another level. He's ridiculous, isn't he? But I'd say he's, you know, he can get to those levels. I think. I'm going to get the chat up on here. Bear with me 2 seconds. Just so, because I can't. I need to ask John to give me the things for it, the permissions to do this when he's off doing something. So what we got here? So we got everyone's here. Evening, guys. So yeah, he wanted to talk about Isak as well. So there was some rumours. I mean, I hate this window in particular. Generally, such a crap window with rumours. And in the know is there another lovely vein of everyone's life in the know accounts. If you think they know everything, and they'll start reporting things as if they're real. I did see some reports that Arsenal were interested in Isak. I saw that. They're not going to get him. I mean, what would we even ask for him? I mean, I don't think he's got a release clause in his contract anyway. I mean, what do we want? You know, if someone tried to get him off us, if Caicedo is worth 100 million and Enzo is worth 100 million, what on earth would we want for Isak? Do you know what I mean? Like, we'd want like 140, 150, I reckon. And Arsenal aren't paying that. I think it looks more likely that Arsenal are going to go after Ivan Toney, if anybody. Then Arteta, I mean, you know, Arteta said himself that they're not really, I don't know if it's just a ploy like Eddie does. Arteta kind of came out and said that they're not interested in signing anybody. I mean, you would, wouldn't you? You can't really come out and say you're desperate because clubs are going to make you pay out the nose. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, Osman, is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, he'd be good. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Most of their signings are coming January. Yeah, you're right. I like Coffee. You're right. Spot on. I mean, look at the players that have come in January in the past. Amazing. I mean, Trippier came really early in the window, didn't he? I remember all the pictures of him flying in and all that, and you know, getting really excited about him. We had some questionable signings in January in the past. You know, what was that chap's name? Oh God, he's gone up my head. He played like one game and scored that one free kick against West Ham. Oh God, was it some more? Someone will remember of his name in the chat, I'm sure. We bought him in January. That was under was that under McLaren? Because we bought in Townsend as well. Remember us getting Andros Townsend in the January window in the past, which was an interesting one. Oh, John, mate, make me in the pub in Bournemouth when we played you in November. Hope you ever. Yeah, he's doing well. He's just on the phone to BBC Newcastle because they're interested if he wants the job. Arsenal linked with almost everyone in every window. Yeah, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing we're struggling with. this season as well. It's just injuries, isn't it? It sounds like it's gutting. Joe comes back and he looks amazing. You know, he ran midfield at Sunderland, looked incredible. Picks up an injury, and that's looking like again a rumor, but we know what these injuries get like. That might be him done for January. Again, it's one step forward with us sometimes and two steps back, isn't it, with Newcastle? That we get these players back and then I swear it's been an injury a game. It's literally been an injury a game, it's felt like recently. It's really frustrating, and especially when Joe's been so pivotal. I would have loved him against City on the weekend, just because, that aggression. City are obviously a great team, but just having that bit of bite in midfield would have been really good. So I'm gutted that he's out. Yeah, the special one, Mike Ashley. Yeah, I am, Scott. Yeah. Do you remember those days under good old Mike? I thought of an idea for for getting to the Sarve. That's it. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, Sarve. Thank you. It was in the back of my head. But I was thinking we should definitely do a podcast or whatever about like some poor or really good years in Newcastle history. And I just think it'd be fascinating to go over like the Joe Kinnear times and the Dennis Wise as director of football times, and getting people through FIFA, and then going through really good years like the one-off year when we got to fifth in the league under Pardew, and that just being the weirdest, craziest season for us. I always thought it'd be quite a cool idea to do that. I think it's one of the funniest things I read today. Barcelona want to swap Bruno for Rafinha. Is that true, Ian? Oh my god! Oh dear. Well, they can keep Rafinha. We'll keep that. Sarve, thank you, Billy, because I forgot it was Sarve. I remember who it was. Do you think it'd be loan deals in January? Yeah, I mean, we buy big in summer. I think, Alan. I think that's a fair point, mate. It's just we're already, already on. I know that sometimes it takes time, but already on the 9th of January. And I know sometimes it's quiet and then we sign someone out of nowhere. So I guess you can't count that out of being something. But there's not even like rumblings or rumors or, the only thing that's been in the fire really has been Calvin Phillips. And again, I've seen about 20 different reports about Calvin Phillips, whether he wants to come here or he wants to go to Juventus, then Juventus drop out, and then we can't afford him, and then Fulham want him, and you can never keep up with everything when it comes to this. Yeah, Bruno's amazing, but he does not score as many as De Bruyne. Yeah, that's it, isn't it, Kel? That Bruno has that one side of his game to maybe improve. He doesn't, but a few of the guys get to the box and kind of mess around with it a bit too much for me. You have to, plus, you have to pay big money for these players, don't you? Hi, Annie. Good to see you. He's an amazing player and wouldn't swap him for anything. Yeah, very different types of players. That's it, isn't it, Cal? Like, I wouldn't want to replace him with anybody. I can't think of. This is the problem. You sell Bruno and you've got what, like we said, 110 million, whatever, whether that's in 3 payments or one big payment. But then it's like, do you know what I mean? Who do you bring in? Like, who's out there that you can be like, right, okay, so you're the direct replacement for Guimaraes that can come in and do the exact same sort of role. It's a big hole to fill, especially with the passion. And he's someone that's come to Newcastle and he's understood everything about the fans, doing the banter and putting the 3-0 up on the Sun and stuff. Like, that's rare. That's something you bottle, isn't it? You don't always get that with players that get it and that talented. It's difficult. Paul, it's always good to reflect on the shortcomings and heights under the clubs. Definitely recommended. Yeah, Scott, I've always thought about doing that as quite a fun, podcast. Like I said, like focus on like maybe even doing one on the Keegan years. Depending on which one you want to focus on. Doing one about the Robson, under Robson. Doing one under, Ruud Gullit. And how he dropped Shearer and then got sacked. I just thought it'd be because I haven't seen anyone else. I could be wrong. I haven't seen anyone else doing that. So Always thought that'd be quite good. I think we're looking to clear a couple of players off the books first, Ian. Yeah, you're right, isn't it? Like when you think of some of the players we still have, like I think we've brought back Isaac Hayden to try and get rid of him. Hendrick is still on our books. I believe that Ryan Fraser comes off our books in summer. I think he's loaned, but he is loaned. But I think that Southampton have to buy him. Seems to be doing all right down there, actually, though. So good for him for getting back on track. Yeah, maybe Manquillo could be sold. Yeah, I like because he's been a good servant for the club, hasn't he? But when's he played? I can't remember the last time he played. Was it in the cup? Actually, that's the shows you. I can't actually remember him playing. 2025. Oh God. Yeah, I think the release clause is too small for that reason. Yeah, you're right, Billy, isn't it? It's just kind of like how big is that, and can someone just trigger it? And then I never know with these trigger clauses. Like, so I don't know every in and out, but if someone triggers it, and then Bruno says, "No, I don't want to go there," I assume that just means it doesn't happen. I assume, or he's forcing. I don't really know. Do you not think it was just Ashworth playing games? Yeah. Well, and again, that's another positive report I've seen, that he's said that he's happy here. The Man United stuff was just, gathering pace because the Man United, that's what always been. The Man United press is so entitled, aren't they? They just, they just think that anyone wants to come and join Man United, no matter who you are, and you're just going to join, you're going to leave Newcastle's project and just bugger off. I don't think that's ever going to happen at any point. So I just think that, that whole stuff about Dan Ashworth was just rubbish. If we sign a DM and we let Bruno do his thing going forward, I'm sure he'll score more goals. Yeah, Alan, 100%. That's another thing we need. We need that six desperately, don't we? We need that person to hold. And then Bruno can do his thing going forward. Yeah, he's been asked to do stuff that at times, he's the one in the six at times. It's just like, I don't really, Bruno isn't best used there all the time. I like him a bit more forward because he's, he can score goals. That's why we're missing Tonali, isn't it? I know Tonali's not a six, but we have missed Tonali being away for definite. Have you seen us linked to Jordan Henderson today? Oh, God. Oh, God. I mean, sorry. I don't know if you guys agree, but Jordan Henderson's gone for the money. He can say what he wants. He's gone to Saudi for the money, okay? I know we can talk because we're in both Saudi, but he's gone there and he's realised it's it's the wrong choice. But do you know what I mean, mate? Like, you've made the choice to go there, and now you're moaning on, whinging on that you want to come back. I think he's going to be lucky to get a club. I mean, it looks like Ajax might bail him out, but for me, it just annoys me that, you go there and then you realise that he's playing in front of like two people and half a cat. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it is frustrating when they go somewhere like that and then they realise that it's not, the grass is not always greener over there. And then they moan on, going, it's only been 6 months he's been there now. He's already like, I want to get back to proper professional football. I don't know, it winds me up. I don't want Jordan Henderson anywhere near this club. I'm sure that most of you will agree with me on that. I don't think he's good enough. He's played in a joke league. He didn't look great when he was in the end of his Liverpool career either. So for me, no thank you for him at all. Don't know what to think anymore. The powers that be at Newcastle have to have a budget, and going off recently, we went panic buy. Yeah, very good, Philip. In January, anyone would have to get to fitness and be our standards and quickly pit. Yeah, that's very true, Philip. That's another thing I like about Eddie, that he does demand a certain character to come into Newcastle. That you have to be, he wants people to come in running from the floor. So that's brilliant. That we want players like that. So that's really good. Billy's saying we've got until 2025. Yeah, this is all that phrase. I was just going for the comments and stuff.
Oh, you gone through them, didn't you? Oh, thanks, man. So I don't need to go through them.
Not all of them, but I've got to I've got to Billy's about Ryan Fraser being a poison.
My Billy. Sabia.
Yeah, we were saying,
Wow.
I couldn't remember who he was. I was thinking, what was his name? That bloody.
No.
Oh, okay, and Stapleton saying that they do have to. They don't have to accept the move. Oh, so he could be forced into it.
There you go. I do apologise, guys. That's also on BBC in Newcastle. Spoke to John Anderson about the derby. I'm back. So let's go first. Well, big up to Max. I hope you're good. Yes, who is in the pub, also in the pub, and it's been a fantastic time. Yeah, keeping great. Hope you're keeping well too, my guy. And you read that one as well. Arsenal. You heard about Arsenal links?
Yeah, we were saying about that they've been linked with Bruno. Not Bruno, sorry, Isak.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that one as well. Barca with Rafinha swap. Nah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Nah, chance. Do you think loan deals? We're going to talk about Isak, and we're going to talk about Jordan Henderson as well. Bruno's amazing, but he does not score as many as De Bruyne. The thing is, though, Kel, we need to score more goals from midfield. That is the thing. We're not scoring enough goals from midfield. And me and John just spoke about that as well. Go back to Billy's comments. Plus money on the top. Indeed. Still nonsense, though. That's from Ian. Big up to Annie. Hope you're great. He's an amazing player, but I wouldn't swap him for anything. There are very difficult types of players, and that's from Kel. Big up to Kel. Billy agrees to Ian. And I think I missed a lot of comments as well, didn't I, since I've been speaking to John. It's always good to reflect on Shooter's Cummins and Heights Under Clouds. Definitely recommend thinking about that and Scotty B.
I was saying, we were saying about like the idea of doing like years of Newcastle. So like doing like the really bad years, like under Kinnear or whatever, under some of the years of Pardew and McLaren, and then doing like the positive years, like under Keegan and that sort of stuff as like podcasts in the future. Also, that'd be quite a fun idea.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. So are we not getting all these loan players from the Saudi League? All those clubs wants to vote for it. Wow. You can only have 2 loans at a time, apparently. I think the release clause is too small for that very reason. Got to agree, Billy, there. Do you not think it's just after playing games? Apparently, he might not be coming to United. I mean, he's got to see us another year.
It's been widely reported that he's not interested, so...
That is good news. I think Dan Ashworth is the future for our club as well, from my opinion. It'll do well. If he's on a DM and let Bruno do his thing going forward, I'm sure that he will score goals. And we need to score goals in mid. Not score that. Sean Longstaff, he's getting a lot of stick. But for me, he's got energy. I get that. He moves about. I get that. But he doesn't look fit at the minute. But he'll come up to his best very soon. The pounds, that'll be at Newcastle have a budget of going off recently. They won't panic buy in Jan. Anyone would have get fitness up to our standards very quickly, plus fit in with our style. That's from Philip PW. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 2025 for the Portsmouth Dwarf.
That's we were talking about Ryan Fraser, so we're talking about who we could bin off from the wage bill.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was this summer when Fraser was demanding to go when he had to go to Southampton or not, but Billy's obviously said it's 2025, so that's another person we want to get off. Another person we don't need on the books.
Yeah,
just get going.
Correct. Henderson will push up wage bill by too much. We're going to chat by him. Plus he's 31. We're trying to lower the players' average age. That's from Phil. Big up Phil. He can turn it down, and this poor player doesn't have to accept the move. They can force the sell, but Bruno still has to accept that, though.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's what I find interesting. If someone, just because someone triggers it, if he is allowed to say, well, actually, I'm still happy here, do you know what I mean? Yeah, then it's kind of like the contracts are going nowhere then.
Yeah. It'd be interesting, but you don't have to force the player. The player does have to go to that particular club. And you can't force him getting swelled. If he's going to come to your club and he's unhappy, what's the point? He's got to be there, dedicated and interested. Brighton Scout and recruitment network is really, really good. I agree.
Unbelievable. It really is up there. They buy these players for dirt cheap and then they sell them for 90, 100 million. It's the best model in football.
Indeed. And again, this Argentinian left back as well from Boca Juniors, They still go for South Americans. Wow. Good for them. Taking this history out of the equation, Jordan is well past his best and not specialised 6 either. I honestly think Sean and his engine's better than Henderson and has oil-starved engine. Big up, Billy. You're right. I mean, look, for me personally, I wouldn't have Jordan Henderson. He's on the wrong side of 30, but we're trying to get younger players as well. You got to give Sean a go. You know what I mean? He'd be better as best, Sean Longstaff. I really do think that. I mean, for me, he's not been outstanding, but you know what? He is a typical. He is the most important player in that midfield. Simple as that. That's why Bruno and Joe likes him. And welcome back. Hey, thank you, Scott. It was a definite that Gordon seems like he's not right for us. He is now an integral part of our squad. So looking forward to watching him and all games and that's in Kel.
Gordon's been phenomenal.
He's been phenomenal this season. You know, he's been fantastic. First full season, big up.
Big up to Luca. A lovely comment.
No problem. Thank you, Scotty. Hi to Luca. Hope you're well. Do check out his transfer updates as well. He's so passionate about Arsenal Football Club as well. He's Arteta out all day. Maybe Henderson wants to come back to the Prem so that Southgate can still pick for England.
Oh, God.
You know what?
Stop picking him.
I'm going to say it now. Right? I mean, in my opinion, Ben Jacobs got it right today, right? Ben Jacobs got it right. This is real talk here. And he said, before he went to Saudi, he should have checked out the climate. I mean, apparently, he wants to get out because of the heat.
Mate, just before you come back on, I was saying that, you know, it does matter because he's gone there for the money. Whatever he says, he's gone for the money. And then he's gone there and he's got annoyed that he doesn't want to be there. And it's like, do you know what I mean, mate? Like, check all this out before you start going.
Exactly.
Don't moan on. I
mean, the thing is, right, you go there, climb out, you have a look around, right? Look at the area, look at the heat, right? What the temperature's going to be, right? Talk to your family over. Just don't go there for the money. We all knew he's gone there for the money. 350k or 350 M's a week deep. That's what he's getting, yeah? And now, if he leaves, he's got to pay the rest of his contract himself. If he stays to the end, then it'd be tax-free. And I'm sorry, I've got no sympathy for Jordan Henderson for that. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Africa, or whatever you want to call it, right? They work so hard getting this guy over, and he goes and does that. No, get in the bin, Jordan. You don't want you here. Nah. Big up to Goatfather. It sure is indeed. Do you think rumours that was curtailing Fraser's contract are true? For me, he can go. He can definitely go. You're not playing for Eddie Howe. You're not playing for Eddie Howe, in my opinion. What do you think about centre-back that Spurs has signed? I tell you, right, Jack Gistin, that guy, we could have done with him in the summer. He is a fantastic defender, loves sending out from the back, and his tackling is outstanding as well. And he reads the game like a book. He'd be a perfect replacement for Lascelles, by the way. But again, we could have missed out on him. Big difference nowadays than years ago is clubs that can turn around to players and say, we have a deal for you, off you go, and that's it. Now it's the opposite way around. Players and agents have the power. Scott, I've got to agree with you. Very true. Do you know what it is, right? You know what I mean? It's just the agent. At the end of the day, the agent tells you where to go. All the money. They want the slice of the pie. Simple as that. Real talk. Brighton's make busy risks and invest in protection rather than improving players. You know what? Brighton's getting it right. They're getting it so right. If you get Henderson even on the free, I will not play him. I'd rather have him sorting war flags out at a home game. we haven't got into Isak yet as well.
Excellent.
Wow. If Jordan returns out, he has to pay tax on his current earnings. Hey ho. Yep. He sure does. There's not very many out there I think you could look at right now in this window to buy to fit their squad, etc. A striker. If you loan, I think it's going to upset the fan feels of the squad. Well, Spurs are doing business at the minute.
They are, but who knows if it's good business? That's always the problem. That you can do business, but like I say, we have, Eddie and the board have a certain character in mind. Yeah. And that's what I prefer that. Like, I know it will frustrate people, but if it does take longer, but we get the right character in and they hit the ground running, then I'm happy at that than being like, we've got someone in like that just because they're available, that, and then they don't play for the club. I'd rather have someone in who wants to play, who wants to be here and fits the mold for Eddie, because if he doesn't, what's the point in getting him? It feels a bit like that with, it feels a bit that way with, with the chat we got from Chelsea. It just feels like, everyone's shouting out for him to get games, and it just doesn't look like he trusts him, does it? It just doesn't look like he has any faith. It just, everyone wants him to be on the pitch and do something, but.
I agree. And it's got to be the right character. It's got to be for the right signings as well. It's no good getting someone from South America from the third division to get him in the Premier League, only for him to be unsettled. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. But can't speak the language, can't speak English, and that, it's going to be tough on him. Do you know what I mean? But that's the bottom line. The bottom line is, we got to get the players at the right times and something like that. I mean, Andy's got a good point. Any championship players you guys link with? No one yet. No one. Absolutely no one.
I think we're linked to one player, and that's Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, at the minute. Yeah. I wouldn't touch Hendel.
No.
Big up to Jules, by the way, in the building. Hi to Jules. I hope you're okay.
I'll tell you what, John. I don't know if you saw it right. I think the chat would have seen it. Bruno Fernandes is an embarrassment to football. That dive against the League One in the mud, Wigan, to get a 2-0, he's an idiot. Honestly, he does my head in. You need to dive to get a goal up against Wigan Athletic. It's a shambles. He's meant to be their captain, man. I know some people say it's good play, but for me, it wound me up. It really did wind me up that they needed that to get past little old Wigan. Dear me.
Desperate, man. Absolutely desperate. I'm sorry, but shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
Classy. He's not here yet. He'll be here soon. He's a big Liverpool fan. He said he wants to come on, be sure. I say, yeah, you know what? Collabing's good. If they ain't settled and can't get on with the club history, it doesn't work. Lewis Miley and Longstaff are way better than Phillips. Do you know what? We do need a proper six.
Yeah, a different
proper six. We did a proper six.
Marley's still learning. He's had some fantastic games, and he's had some, not so great games. But he's still a kid. That's gonna happen. He's 17 years old.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, Marley's done fantastic since coming in, but we need, no offense to him, but he still needs to develop. He can't be the answer right now. You need like some more professionals in there, and he can come in when needed, rather than just throw him straight in all the time, because that's not great, is it?
No, not great at all. Not great at all. Wow. I want to talk about Isak as well. I mean, he's got 13 goals for the season for the club, since the 63 million quid move. I'll tell you something now, right? I mean, before I talk about Isak, big up to Crasty, big Liverpool fan. All right, man.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
I can, perfectly loud. Billy's is Classy, big Liverpool fan. I've been on this channel last week for the preview, and great guy as well. Loves to
hey, how you guys doing? Good to see you, Paul.
How's it going, mate? All good?
Oh, good. Sorry, man. I'm in the office, so that's why I jump in late. So I just wanted to jump in and at least join the conversation for as much as possible.
Absolutely, because I'm in the Instagram group as well, and a different sort of fan base as well. So I'm invited as well to their channels too. Right. Welcome aboard. We go for the comments, and let's go on to Ali. Andy's chatting to Bill. I like Championship. Maxi at Leicester, and his brother is in our academy too. Yes, he is indeed. What do you think about Amadou Onana with links to United and Arsenal? I think he'd probably say Everton end of the season in my book. I don't think Dash will let him go at all. Big up to Amy, by the way. Hope you're good. She's a big fan. Miley's still learning his craft and has played excellent on big stages games. Mavadidi or Isak, Billy, those chatting. The main new fans singing, he came to see United and Wigan, would have looted F between there were Canny. You know what?
They were awful. They were terrible.
Oh, terrible, man. Shocking. Right then, Karasi. Obviously, talk about Newcastle. We've got to talk about Isak, Alexander Isak. What a great season he's had this season. 13 goals this season, 60 million costs. Do you think he's going to be? Do you think he's destined for the very top at Newcastle? Do you think he's going to be world class?
Isak has a world class abilities. His only issue is staying fit. Because look at the game versus Liverpool. This guy got one chance, one goal. We've been trying to get Nunes to do the same thing for, you know. So yeah, Isak is a great player. I think the only thing that will hold him back is his fitness abilities. But this kid is special, man. He is calm in front of the goal. He knows how to place it. I mean, the goal he scored against Alisson. This is Alisson we're talking about here, and he places so well. You know, his reading of the center backs are great. He has a old school, new school striker thing where he doesn't, you know, he could play with another striker. He could drop in the middle and work with the midfielders or the wingers, or you could just leave him up there by himself and just give him the right ball and he'll put a ball in the net.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, he's getting great. He scored some great goals as well. He's got pace, can play right on the right as well. Yeah. You know what it is? Paul, right? I mean, this guy, he's destined for the top for me. I think he's going to be a couple of years' time. He'll play like Thierry Henry.
Mate, I tell you, everyone, I'm not, we're not just saying it because we're deluded Newcastle fans. Other professionals have said that his finishing is the closest player that they've seen like Henry. And that's not just me saying that, that's big professional. Ian Wright's come out and said that about him. Gary Lineker, all these people who know what strikers can finish like, they've all said that his technique is Henry-esque. I'm not saying he's exactly like Thierry Henry, of course, but that finish against Liverpool in particular, that's something that's special. That finish, that is, even the one against Sunderland, it doesn't get as much praise. But I tell you what, he's got to decide where to put that ball in a split second. I know it's an open goal pretty much, but it's just where the placement is. It's right in that corner. It's really is a beautiful finish that for the 2-0. It just shows his calmness. And, do you remember the West Ham goal?
Yeah,
like how that was one of his best. It was just first time this flipped into him, first time finish. This guy, he is unbelievable in front of God, ice cold. And on penalties, I'll tell you what, when they're both fit, we have two of the best penalty takers in the whole of the league. Yeah, I agree. I was just saying that we've literally got, I think they've both got 100% records in the Premier League. I think I'm right on that. I think Isak and Wilson have both got 100% records.
100%. Absolutely.
That's phenomenal. And if England do go to the later stages of the Euro and the World Cup, I mean, Wilson won't go anyway because he's going to be injured probably. But if he was fully fit and firing, he'd be one of my 5 to take a penalty. Do you know what I mean? Kane, well, I say Kane, he skied the most important penalty of his career. But Wilson, I'd always be confident because he's just so calm and collected, especially when it comes to penalties. But Isak as well. Again, that penalty against Sunderland. I know it's not the greatest keeper in the world, but he's done him with his movement, his eyes, and everything, can put it in the direct opposite corner. This guy, he just needs that. He just needs a bit of service. That's the lads need to get a bit more help up to him because I think, honestly, this season he could be up to 20 goals, easy peasy. You just need to get that service to him. I think having people like Willett come back and Harvey Barnes come back will help that because these are players that can get up to can get the ball up to him and stuff. So I'm excited when we get more people coming back near the end of this month. I can't wait to get Harvey Barnes and Willett back because we've missed them too so much.
100%. I mean, look, they'd be like new signings. Just like new signings, I hear people. You know
Alan Pardew's back. It's like a new signing.
It's like a new signing. You know what? At the end of the day, it is true. It is so damn true. Let's go on to because in comments before we get back, Karasi as well. He's so casual about his scores, makes it so easy. I agree, Amy. I totally agree. He's an intelligent player and a great striker. I do love a goal moocher like Wilson though. Can we have them both fit? That means Isak's had to play right on the right, and he's chatting to Billy. Isak's playing and he's not 100% fit. But when he's fit, 50 goals a season, why not? Alan, 50 goals.
He could be though. Because if we're in all competitions, I know what he's saying. I think he could easily, if he's got the service and he's fit the whole season, and he's in FA Cup, Carabao Cup, in Europe as well, easily he could get to 50 goals.
Wow, fair enough. We'll see what happens. He could do. They could do. Do you think we could sign Calvin and Grassi and who?
It's a joke.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped at it. Grassi is definitely not jokes. He says to soup gas. Grassi, I mean, we spoke about Newcastle before. I mean, go back to Isak as well. Do you think, how much do you think Isak could be worth today in the market value? I'm not saying he's going to go, but I bet you'd love to have him, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. I was hoping Klopp would have got him before he went to Newcastle, but they chose Nunes over him. I mean, if you're looking for a price, they could, 100, between 60 to 100, you guys could price him wherever you want. And the thing is, you guys don't need the money anymore. So, like, whatever you want, you could price him as. And the thing is, like I said, with him, is his only his fitness. His fitness level is the only minus on his side. You don't hear about any negativity or his personalities. He's a cool, calm, collected type of person. He has that Henri-esque type of persona. So, yeah, you could price him between six. I mean, Osimhen is what, 150 they're talking about?
It's mad. Football's been mental, hasn't it? It really
is.
Yeah,
and I think he's a better goal scorer than Osimhen. That's what I see. Osimhen is a physical, he's strong, physical, like Didier Drogba.
I like him.
I like him, but
I like Osimhen all day. That guy, he's a stellar.
But Isak is just you put the ball right in front of him, in front of the goal, is going in.
Yeah.
He'd do a job for anyone. Man City, anyone. He would literally do a job for any club. Yeah, any club.
But they got to come about between 130 and 150 mil for Isak. I'll tell you what, it's going to have to come to that at the end of the day. I'm not even going to put a price on it. I mean, we're going to come on to that as well. I mean, in the summer, we was talking to someone who worked at Arsenal. They tipped Isak to get the golden boot this season. And you know what? He's not match fit in a minute, but he's still got 13 goals this season.
Who is top at the moment? Is it Salah?
No,
Salah
still.
Is it Haaland? Is it
Haaland?
Haaland.
I think they both
They
both have the same amount of goals there. Isak is ready for for you guys' game on the weekend?
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Fine.
Okay. Because this weekend we are all Newcastle fans, so make sure you take care of it.
Yeah.
Haaland's on 14 and Isaac's on 9.
We're beating for you, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've got one here from Lorraine. Big up to Lorraine. Hi to you. I'm here in the background listening on Phil's phone, making ham broth to take tomorrow from my parents. No problem, Lorraine. Make sure you save some broth as well. I could have some as well. Us having money means now, due to FFP stopping us, it reeks as opposed to rings out a ladder for us against the 6. Not fair about that. Grassy, on FFP, I mean, Paul is just getting sick of it as well. And what do you think of this FFP? I mean, are they stopping it now for stopping us so you don't to upset you guys?
Well, FFP was put in there to stop teams like yourself, City, PSG. And then Abraham, because Man United and Madrid and Barcelona, they didn't want no competition. And then they figured out that people were finding a way to go around it. But yeah, I was surprised because I was in the impression that Newcastle your FFP didn't kick in until 3 years down the road. That's what my impression is. So now that they're talking about you guys have FFP and you made 2 Champions League, so you had more money coming in. So I need to study a little bit more about why Newcastle, the FFP, got to Newcastle. For the rest of the league, I understand because
Sadly,
they
a lot of it is down to Mike Ashley because other clubs were still having investment come in and sponsors, and the problem is that he was funneling money because it was all Sports Direct. It was the minimal amount of money that would go towards Newcastle, going through terrible sponsors like Northern Rock and all those sort of things. Just so bad. Like no business acumen used from Mike Ashley. And that's the problem. It's just left us with the shortfall of like not having that commercial value that we should have, with any competent owner, with people beneath him running it properly. I mean, we had Mike Charney running, about 10 different departments by himself, John, doing everything, Lee Charney. I mean, as much as he got hate, he was trying to do, 10, 15 jobs by himself. It's only now where we're actually a competent club and we've got people doing specific roles. We've got a specific brand manager. I mean, that it was like, wow, we've actually got a brand manager. I mean, Arsenal have had that since, the early 2000s, but we are so, we were run so badly by a guy who didn't want to even own the club after 1 year.
Mike Ashley, in business terms, he was very smart because everything he got went to his pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all he was. All he was.
Everything.
It's just money.
Yeah.
Go on.
All the deals. He changed the St. James Park to his business.
Oh man.
name.
Yeah.
He did all that, and so every money that was funneled to was going back to him.
And we only got that back because of Wonga. We literally had a sponsor who was called Wonga, and they were like, "Oh, we'll bring back St. James's Park." That's the only reason. It wasn't even Mike Ashley was like, "Did I make a mistake?" He didn't care.
Yeah, but I think with Newcastle, you guys are doing it right. I know you guys want to spend the money, but trust me, don't do it like how Abraham did Chelsea or Todd Bailey is doing right now, because you're gonna. It doesn't matter how much money your owner has. You guys gonna hit a wall. See, the thing is to build it, right? Build it up, and then eventually you will. Because right now you could buy whoever you want. But if you just listen to the fans and we want Mbappe, we want this, we want that, spend the money, it doesn't take you anywhere. Chelsea have spent £1 billion, not dollars, not euros, pounds, and look where they are. And they're talking about, it's a.
You know what it is, classy? They haven't bought a striker. They haven't got a number 9. That is the problem.
They're still talking about buying more new players.
Yeah, and Nkunku's injured again.
Again,
come back and he's injured again. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously an injury-prone player.
Yeah. So I think you guys are doing it the right way. Eventually, your owners and their business associates will create a better business plan than what Mike Ashley was doing. So you will get there. The next 5 years, Newcastle is going to be scary. I'm telling you. In the next 5 years, because at that time, then you have overcome the FFP.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? This is something that Liverpool fans did not understand. They always saw FSG out. Now, Liverpool is the only team that don't need to sell to buy. If we need to sell, it's just to get our English quarter. So we will have to let some non-English player go so we could bring another non-English. That's the only thing we will probably have to do. But it takes time for people to understand it. But I see that Newcastle fans, you guys are not in a rush like some of the other fan base, spend the money.
You think Liverpool are interested in Jeff Hendrick because he's going? It just clicks.
Well, he was a world class.
I mean,
Jeff Hendrick world class.
With Liverpool, everything is the manager. You have to listen to what the manager says. There's a lot of players that I want. There's a lot of people I want, man. I've been on the Mbappe thing since 2020. So
He's a pretender, mate. I tell you, he was a shell of himself in the Champions League. He was absolutely nowhere to be seen apart from scoring a goal and pretending like he meant it. You know, with a terrible handball that never existed. That's all he did in the 2 games against us.
Yeah,
that's it. Win it, John. That's all he did. He scored a penalty. That's it.
That's it.
The thing is with him, he needs a manager. He needs a true manager because he's not a finished article yet, and he's getting to the point where eventually, bro, you are supposed to be the heir apparent, and you can't even score a goal. You know, at one point, I used to say this: Mbappe in front of the goal and Rashford in front of the goal, you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, Rashford's weird. I mean,
because they just blast the ball in front of the goal instead of just like, bro, calm down, and then put the ball in the back of the net. So I believe that he needs a coach like Pep or Klopp, somebody who's going to tell him, bro, you're doing this wrong. You need to do it this way. You know, but he stayed to PSG way too long. I think he should have gone 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, wherever you go, it doesn't matter. Just go someplace else.
I'll tell you who I would like, John. I know it will probably never, ever happen. But because he looks so devoid of love for the club now and everything, and he just looks a shadow of his old self, I'd love to have Rashford under Eddie Howe. Because he looks lost at Man United at the moment, doesn't he? He looks like he doesn't want to be there anymore. Looks like he's kind of done with them. I don't know if that's Ten Hag or what, but he looks lost there.
Paul, Rashford is not going to under Eddie Howe. Rashford is not going to do the work that you guys.
True. Yeah,
because you guys work hard.
We work hard.
You guys work hard. He's not going to do it.
No chance.
Unless you put him through the middle, which that's not his strongest. You know. And he's not better than Isak. I'm sorry. He's
no.
No chance.
Just don't know what's going on with him.
Isak's his levels.
Yeah, he just looks like he just wants to be anywhere else but Manchester United at the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah. And they're paying way too much money for him to go anywhere else. I think Spurs would be a good place for him.
Yeah. But for me, Isak, I'll keep Isak.
You guys, Isak,
just go through the comments as well. I mean, just Miss Lorenzo's comment. We're not sure the extent of Miley's injury. If it's a scratch, cool. But we will find out on Friday about Miley's injury as well.
Well, we already know Eddie. We can already predict. We'll do the Eddie Howe bingo of the press conference. Eddie, any news on the injury about Miley? We don't know where he is yet. We'll see.
Of course he does. Of course he does. So to go through the wrap up these flying these comments, we're going to wrap up the show soon. Not going to have time to talk about OT tickets as well. I need to ask, what do you guys think makes of the Henderson rumours? For me, I wouldn't have him. I would not have him because for me, he's 33. I think he's 33 years old, and we've got plenty of midfielders on the books as well. So we definitely need a 6, a younger number 6. For me, I don't think Henderson would be the answer. He's good at the time.
Yeah, Henderson coming to Newcastle, unless he's coming for maybe do what Milner is doing at Brighton. Then I understand it because you're using his experience and his leadership to build something. That would be, if that's what Eddie Howe is looking for, you keep him. Players like that, trust me, you need those type of players,
Yeah. True. One question as well. What did Krasi think of Núñez? Does he need time or is it not working in film at Liverpool? For me, my opinion, I don't think it's working out in a minute, but he needs to fix up. If he doesn't, then something needs to happen to him. But he does work hard.
Núñez needs to put the ball in the net. That's it. That's it. Núñez, put the ball in the net. Because when you watch him, just like you said, he plays well. You can't tell me he doesn't play well. He plays well. He does, yeah. He brings everything else that the team needs as a unit. But we need him to put the ball in the net.
We made him like prime blooming Messi, though, when he played us, man. Jesus.
He did.
I mean, for God's sake, man.
But you see, you know why he did that? Is because he was so frustrated because the manager kept him on the bench for so long. When he came in, he was on a mission. And then after that, we start him every time, but no goals coming in.
Well, you paid 85 million for the guy, 85 million deep, and he's still doesn't do it. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it may come through. He may come up one day. You just never know. But, you know, he needs to fix up very, very quickly because I don't think Klopp is happy with him in the minutes, missing the chances. And he's got to score in the back of the net. Lads, would you play Kraft for a share as template DM over the next 3 weeks for cover for Julian Allen? I wouldn't, mate. Not at all. Play him at the right positions, yeah? Simple as that. Someone's linked to Jonathan David, to us, and apparently Man U and Villa are interested in him too. Jonathan David, I mean, he's a good player, does score enough goals. I mean, one season, I think he banged in 15 to 16 goals in one season. The following season, he didn't even get 10. And all these elite players won't drip feed the ball and won't work for it. That is the thing. That is the thing, Leslie. That is the thing. Yeah, we're going to wrap up the show because I know people want to watch the football for the Borough-Chelsea game, which I've noticed as well. And it's always going to be an hour over an hour sort of thing as well. And I was going to say, so I know short class. I knew you'd be late, but you know, I'll get you on anyway.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And just it is what it is, man. You just got to like do your bit.
Thank you for having me there. You know, now I can see Paul. Now me and Paul are friends now, and
cool. Definitely.
I see people in the chat. Good to see you. Happy New Year to everybody. My channel is Crazy Ball TV. Yep. Liverpool fan. So, and John came last time, and you know it was a great show. He helped us understand the Newcastle side of things because you know we are all biased, but he brought the love of
even the chat loved us as well, man.
Yeah, the chat loved it. They had a lot of questions.
I'm on the Anfield tour.
Yeah. You know, the chat had a lot of questions for him that we couldn't answer. So it was great for, you know, him to be there. Then he went to Anfield. And I told him, I said, I didn't care what happened. Just give me 3 points. So.
And you got 3 points. I mean,
yeah.
The backup.
We certainly did that. We laid on the floor for Liverpool, dear me.
No, it was a good game because I still don't know why those 2 goals went in. Isak goal and then the header. I'm like, Liverpool never makes anything easy for themselves.
No.
They don't.
Same as Arsenal. Arsenal are in a weird vein of form now, aren't they?
Oh, then we needed to beat them. They were talking too much.
Yeah. Facts. Absolute facts.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap the show there. So where can we find you? Crazy Bold TV.
Yeah, Crazy Bold TV. Please, I have a show later on today. So please come by if you want to listen to some debates.
Yeah.
You know, we are all football fans. You don't have to agree. That's one thing about my show. It's not for all of us to agree. Otherwise, it becomes boring. So we just like to talk football. Yeah.
Yep. You said it, my guy. You said it. And also cry babies. Wow. We'll find out on February the 4th, next month, February the 18th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be there. Hopefully, if I can get a ticket. So, Paul, we're going to find you on Blank Canvas PC. Do check him, follow him on Twitter. He'll be happy to find you back. He loves chatting about football. Share to his socials. Thank you, Jules. And I'll be off as well. Paul, transfer show tomorrow, 7.
Yeah, we do a transfer show tomorrow, and then we'll probably go into the ticket debate as well tomorrow as well. Then,
yeah,
because I know there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions about that one fan who's been a fan since the takeover, and yeah, there's been a few things about that fan for definite. And they're on the board of what was it? They're on the board of fans.
I think they're on the board. The board Newcastle United
international
board.
Yeah, something like that. So. Yeah, that wasn't the best look. I know where people are coming from. That quote, I think the club could have picked a better quote than, I love Newcastle since the takeover. Yeah.
We're going to talk about it tomorrow, man. We're talking about it tomorrow with the transfer show. Do the transfer show, and we're going to talk about that debate. That'll be a cracking show. And we are going to debate that as well. It's a simple.
That's a glory hunter, man.
Yeah. She's the international representative for Newcastle fans, and she's a United fan as well. That sums it up, doesn't it? It sums it up. Lorraine, thanks for coming, Lorraine. Isla Coffee, Ronald, Jules, Les, Amy, and Coffee,
Billy, thanks, Billy,
Alan, Leslie, and everyone who chatted tonight. Thanks for coming to the show. Kel as well. And some fan vibes with Paul. We'll talk about that tomorrow with the transfer show as well. So please keep your eyes peeled for that one. And I should get myself away. And Paul, I'll see you tomorrow, mate. And And Krasi, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
And I shall see you guys tomorrow. And if you like what you watch, like, subscribe.